Hey guys, good evening and welcome to another video. So your boy is here. Today we'll be making the part 3 of the video we did titled My Life Journey. So today I'll be discussing the difficulties I faced while I was in Dubai before coming to the UK. So without wasting time, let's dive right into the video. So it all started in 2015 when I got to Dubai. So like I told you in my previous video, I got to Dubai 2015 as a security guard. I was connected through my friend Jolie. And I worked with this security company for about 1.5 years, and that was when I decided to apply for a Canadian student visa. But note, before I left Dubai, I was already in the process of applying for this Canadian visa, and I've gotten my admission. So when the opportunity came to travel to Dubai, I was like, okay, now I'm in the process of traveling to Canada. Why don't I just take this opportunity to travel also to Dubai? Maybe it might be easier for me to travel to Canada when I get to Dubai. Because when the opportunity to travel to Dubai came, I didn't want to lose the opportunity. Actually, I was not expecting the opportunity. We just asked my friend, like, is there any opportunity over where you are? I want to leave Nigeria. He was like, yeah, there's one opportunity for security guard employment if I'm interested. And that was how we hopped into that opportunity. So we decided that, okay, let's just start the Dubai application and just travel to Dubai. Whatever comes out in the Canada application, we'll see how it goes. When I was in Dubai, I decided to defer the admission by 1 year just for me to settle down in Dubai. Then after 1 year, I can decide to travel to Canada. So I stayed with the company, my security guard company, for 1.5 years, and that was where I decided that, okay, it is time for me to start my Canada visa application, since I already have the school admission. But mind you, I didn't do the application alone, because by then I didn't really know how to go about the application. I employed the service of, these people that call themselves immigration consultants. The guy really messed up my application. It was later I started looking at everything he did, and I saw all the mistakes that he made. If I had applied for that visa by myself, things would have been different. But that's not where I'm going at the moment. The reason why I gave this guy the service to apply for my visa is because as a security guard, I was working 7 days a week, every day. There's no day off. So there was no time for me to do the application by myself. I need the service of an immigration consultant. That's when I saw this guy on Facebook, and I decided to use his service. And he started the application. In fact, if you see this guy, you know how they overhype themselves. They will tell you, I have 20 years experience in immigration days. I have this education. I have this. I've taken 100 people to Canada. I've taken 200 people to Australia. They overhype themselves. And when you watch those videos, you'll be taken off your feet. Like, you'll be flabbergasted. So those things, like, really like, okay, yeah, this guy is the right guy to handle my application. Then I paid in the money. I can remember I paid him 3,500 dirhams. That's a lot of money. That's about $1,000. Where I work, the company always keep our passport. Let me explain. I know I'm going too fast. Let me break it down. In Dubai, there are some level of job you'll be doing, like security guard and taxi driving, cleaning job, and some certain level of job that you'll be doing. The company is going to take your passport. I don't know, it's a way of security, so that if you commit any crime, you will not be able to run out of the country. And somehow the government is in support of it. So I collected my passport from my company, and I went to the Canadian embassy and I submitted the application. I submitted the application without even looking at the paperwork that this guy actually did. And after some weeks, I got an email that I've been denied the visa. That was when I looked at the application and I started seeing some mistakes that he made during the application. And the reason they gave in the denial is that they don't believe I'm going to leave Canada at the end of my stay. I was completely devastated, as if my world was coming to an end. Where am I going to start? Because my spirit was already in Canada, just my body that is here. I was just waiting for the flight to take my body to join my spirit in Canada. And now everything has been devastated. Where am I going to start from? And to make the matter worse, I went back to my company. So my company said they no longer need my services because I've been out of work for some time. Then they cancelled my visa. I started applying for other jobs and looking for other opportunities. And you know, in Dubai, when they cancel your visa, you have 30 days to look for another job, or you have to leave the country. If you don't leave the country, it will be regarded as overstay. And every day you stay in the country, there's an amount of money you'll be owing the government, which is very expensive. If you get arrested for overstaying, you have to pay all those money that you are owing the government, which is those days you've stayed without your visa. So that is the reason it is advisable that if you're living in Dubai and your visa is expiring, it's better you leave, because the government will not let you to go. It's not like countries like Europe and the UK where they will just allow you to go, they will deport you and stuff like that. Dubai, you must pay the money before you leave. If not, you'll be arrested and you will be banned for life from coming back to the country, except you pay that money. The day I was supposed to go back to Nigeria, that was when I boarded a taxi to go to the airport, and I met this particular taxi driver. I remember asking him that I'm looking for a job, even if it's taxi job, I don't mind if he can connect me to any job, because at this moment I'm going back to Nigeria because I've lost my job. And I remember him saying, I believe that guy is a Cameroon. Yeah, he told me he's a Cameroonian. And he said, oh, he got one agent that connected him to this job, that if I'm interested, he can give me his number. And that was how he gave me this agent number. That was the agent that brought me back to Dubai as a taxi driver. So I drove taxi for a number of years, I think 2-3 years, and that was how I got connected to work as a telecommunication engineer in Dubai. This was the roller coaster I experienced in Dubai. It didn't end there. When I was planning to leave my taxi company for my new telecommunication job, my company said I have to pay some sum of money before I can leave. I said, what for? They said, because I did not complete 5 years with the company. I said, but the contract is 3 years and I completed my 3 years with the company. I'm not owing any fine. So I'm not owing anything. So what are you asking me to pay? They said, we are the government. Because we are the government, you have to do what we say. That if I don't pay the money, that I will be banned from the country. And contacted one of my friends and I told him the situation, and he said that he has seen some people that have passed through this condition before, and this was how they came out. So the first thing he asked me to do is to go to court to collect my passport. And I went to court, I collected my passport. And when I collected my passport, I went to my new company and I started working. You can't believe this company already placed a ban on my visa. So they put an abscond on my visa, which means that I have left my duty and I'm no longer working with them, that they don't know my whereabouts. And when they put that type of thing on your visa, it means that you cannot apply for a new visa. You have to resolve that abscond first before applying for a new visa. God connected me somehow to one immigration chief, and I explained my case to them. So you can see the difficulties I passed through when I was in Dubai, from my Canadian visa rejection to losing my job as a security guard. This company trying to frustrate me by threatening to cancel my visa and deport me back to Nigeria if I leave them. Even though I finished my contract with them, they actually want me to renew my contract with them. But I got a better opportunity. Why should I leave a better opportunity and still continue in a company that does not match my potential? So these were the difficulties I faced. But I'm thankful to God. God was able to see me through. He connected me to the right people that helped me to cancel the visa with the company. And I was able to secure my visa with my new company as a telecommunication engineer, and that was how I was able to pass through the hurdles of life in Dubai. In my next video, I'll be sharing the difficulties I faced when I came to the UK. That's the end of this particular series of my life journey. If you like my content, don't forget to follow, to share, to comment, and to like.